2 weeks into the Our First Home renovations, and both the do-ups and the families are showing their true character. As yet more walls are stripped back and the workload goes from challenging to intense, the Schroeders, Gouies and the Wardlaws will have to dig deep and show just how much grit they have. The families have revealed their second space to Eva and Sara, and these very different additions have come back with mixed feedback.
It's a good room, but it's not a wow.
The Wardlaws not only won over the experts with their good use of an awkward attic space, but their consistently high level of craftsmanship could not be faulted.
Your finishing is to a master build finishing.
That's our standard and that's what we maintain.
We'll keep that up for you, don't worry.
You better, because I'll be looking.
The Gouies took the easy road once again with another small bedroom. But even with the smaller workload, the experts still found a few holes in the layout of their design.
If you were to put a double bed in your room, you wouldn't be able to use the desk area because you wouldn't be able to actually have a chair.
And a worried Amy's strong opinion on styling is leading them to lose sight of the bigger picture.
If you had your own home and you were doing it for your little girl, I couldn't fault it, but we're going to market, so we need to keep it quite neutral.
We actually disagree with the experts on this one.
The Schroeders were the first family to take on the outdoors, and their efforts in the garden and the ability to adapt to the experts' feedback left a good impression on Eva and Sara.
You've done a fantastic job. You've listened well, you've taken on board our advice.
I think you guys are the ones to watch.
So will the Schroeders, for the second week in a row, be adding the most value to their property with their front yard? Or will the Wardlaws or the Gouies' efforts be enough to take the top spot? Hi guys, how's it going?
Good, mate.
Not bad.
Good.
How did the families do this week?
We were really impressed. We thought that was a huge improvement from your first week. You took on board a lot of the information that we said and the suggestions that we made, and we were very happy to see that in the end result.
Last week, you two thought that the Schroeders had made the biggest impact on their renovation. What about this week? Does one family stand out as having added the most value?
The family that has added the most value this week is...
The Schroeders.
We are over the moon to take this week out. You know, it's so cool that they think that we've added the most value again. Our front yard has come out better than we could have ever imagined.
You've got a small house. You've picked up that that's probably going to be obvious to buyers. What you have done is added an architecturally landscaped outdoor room. The only concern that I have is that it is very high end, and I want to make sure that you carry that standard throughout the whole house. I'm watching you, Jono.
2 weeks in a row, the Schroeders have added the most value, so a little bit threatening. We're obviously just going to have to step up our game.
This week's theme is all about character building, and I've got a couple of great characters right here. So who better to give advice about character building than Eva and Sara?
When you're thinking about character, it's all about the details. Think about the details that give a space a wow factor. Pendant lights, architraves around joinery or built-in furniture. Those are all really small details, but really important. Build on the character that's already there and make it sparkle.
In 6 weeks' time, your house is all going to go to auction. In that given weekend, the buyer is potentially looking at 10 houses easy. What's your standout feature? Why are buyers going to want to buy your house rather than the one down the road? So you need to remember when you go to auction, you're going to have competition, not only from each other, but from the other houses in the area.
All right, you know what time it is. It's time to head on over to your breakout zones and start planning the space you're doing this week.
Awesome.
Okay.
Good luck. It's a blow to the Wardlaws and the Gouies after the experts awarded round 2 to the Schroeders. But picking yourself up off the mat after you've been knocked down is what character building is all about.
Just on this wall here. Yeah. So we're doing our garage and backyard this week, eh? Got our big deck to do.
Big deck.
Yeah, it's nice and big.
It's a third of the property that we're doing this week, so if that can't add value to the house, I don't know what can.
Our garage has got some structural issues. We're just going to level that up as much as we can and get some storage space in there.
We're going to paint the concrete?
No, we don't have time to do it, sorry.
Okay. Well, when you spill oil or when your car drops oil on my...
When you've got
brand
2
new concrete.
rooms and a backyard to do, you don't have time to do extra things like that.
With big plans once again, the Wardlaws are taking on a third of the total area of their section. Their plan for their backyard includes insulating and relining their tiny house, adding a new concrete floor, lining the walls, and painting their ageing garage. And that's even before we get to the large outdoor living space they hope to introduce with an expansive deck and landscaped garden. With some criticism that they may not be pushing themselves enough with their first 2 rooms, will the Gouies take on a more challenging space this week?
I'm hanging out to do the bathroom.
I'm not sure we can do the bathroom this week, though, because we haven't given enough lead time for some of the stuff we need, like tradies and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's just do the master bedroom, then. Let's just get all the bedrooms out of the way.
So they're staying in their comfort zone, and with yet another bedroom, let's hope they take on some of the experts' advice.
Eva and Sara are saying that we need a wow factor in there, something really luxurious. I think that if we're going to do that, we're going to need to do something flash, maybe around the headboard.
We're not really high flyers or high budget people ourselves, but we know what it feels like when you stay at somewhere really beautiful, so we want to create that in this special place.
The Gouies have another simple plan for their master bedroom, which involves adding some French doors to access the outdoor area, and once again reconfiguring the existing wardrobe layout. For the Schroeders, it's not a matter of how much they can take on this week, it's what they're able to.
We don't have consent, so there's not a lot that we can do. This week we're sort of just scraping by doing spaces that don't need consent, but if it doesn't come this week, then we don't know what we're going to be doing next week.
Letterbox.
The basement's a good opportunity to put some storage into our house. I think our tiny house needs to tie in with that and just have it following through. It's an extra room onto our house.
And it will add value to the house as well, because every family that move into a house needs some type of storage. So I think it's an excellent idea.
The Schroeders are, well, stuck between a rock and a hard place. Or more to the point, the council and a consent form. And with few options, they've chosen to finish off their tiny house, which will involve insulating and relining the walls. But most of their work will come in transforming their near unusable basement area, which they hope to do by building a large storage unit down one wall and enclosing the hot water cylinder to create a dry room.
If we build a complete room around that hot water cylinder...
Oh, that's a great idea.
Racks where you can hang some clothing. Oh, you want to hang some clothing up.
When it's raining or something.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's probably a good idea.
With the Schroeders seeing the positives in what they can do, will they be able to make their proposed improvements to their basement seem appealing enough to get the budget they want?
So guys, what are your plans for this week?
This week we've decided to do our tiny house and basement.
Okay, that doesn't seem that challenging. Is there a reason behind this?
I'm actually away for a tennis tournament.
For how long?
3 days. It's a national event, and I'm coaching the Auckland team, so I have to...
That's all right, Eva will step in.
Oh, good.
What they're planning to do is the basement and the interior of the tiny house. This is not a big amount of work compared to the rest of the house and what lies ahead for them. So I'm a little bit concerned that they haven't bitten off enough this week.
First off, our tiny house. We thought of doing a sofa sleeper couch so it can be changed up, used as guest room or just a fun open space.
Good idea.
And getting electricity to the space.
That's good. A buyer doesn't want to have to put electricity in. That's expensive. The Schroeders have been smart. They're running electricity to the tiny house. This means that people can use it for a home office. It's not going to be cheap, but it's going to be money well spent. Again, it's the return on the dollar.
Basement, we're just going to deck it out with a whole lot of storage. The walls currently are all concrete, so we thought we'd keep that natural look. Hot water cylinders also in the basement, so we thought of building a large cupboard around it, and that's sort of a dry area.
Nothing worse than clothes horses all over the house. The Schroeders need to be careful where they spend their money this week. I don't want to see an $8,000 basement. I want to see a $1,500 basement that people can use for storage.
We're asking for $9,000 for this.
We have a big smile on his face when he asks for it too.
We don't want people to throw away money and waste it on things that are not going to add value to the house. So we are being tight with the budgets when we don't think that that money is going to add value come auction day. Do you think that seems a bit steep?
It is a wee bit steep. We would feel more confident giving you $7,000, and we know that you can achieve it on that.
Okay.
It's a wake-up call for the Schroeders. Will the other families' budgets come in with a more realistic figure? Or will our experts have to drag them back down to earth? The Schroeders were the first family to step up to the pitching table. The experts thought they got their design bang on, but overshot the budget mark by $2,000. If the families want to make the maximum gain at auction, they're going to have to get their numbers right. The Wardlaws' backyard is by far the most ambitious undertaking this week, and will potentially come with the biggest price tag. Will they get the budget they're hoping for?
Hi guys.
Hi.
What's the plan for this week?
This week we're going to do our garage and backyard and also the mini house.
That's quite a bit of work to take on. This is a big area.
Yeah, it is. It's a third of the property.
I'm in two minds. It could either be a really smart move to get this out of the way, or they could be taking on too much.
We've got a fence going right around the back of our property to keep it private from the neighbours. We're doing the house and the garage the grey colour. We've got the deck coming off the kitchen. We'll have steps going down onto the back lawn.
The mini house will be at the end of the deck, so you can walk straight out from the kitchen across the deck and into the mini house.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Great, that's good planning.
On our deck, we're going to use hardwood Quila, much nicer finish and long-lasting.
Quila is not a sustainable timber, and there is debate about whether any hardwoods are actually sustainable.
The Quila timber's actually already been ordered.
If we can't change the timber order, that's $3,000 we can't spend somewhere else.
Yeah, it's basically overcapitalising on the deck, eh? The deck's a deck.
Yeah.
Another thing I'd like to touch on is the angled deck. If you're stepping off the deck at an angle, you are automatically setting up a visual line. You've just got to make sure that that's not some odd angle and doesn't relate to anything else in the garden. Otherwise, it will feel awkward. With all that in mind, what is the budget that you expect?
Let us brace ourselves.
Yes, please do.
You got a big bank account?
So keeping in mind we've got a lot to do out the back. We've got to fix up the garage and we've got to do our nice big deck. We're hoping you'll give us $22,000.
Wow.
We know that there's a lot to do. We still think you can do it for less than that, given your skills.
We feel confident and comfortable that you can do it on a budget of 17.
I'm not all that pleased about that, but I'm just going to have to work with it.
Yeah.
2 pitches down and 2 budgets slashed by our experts. And with their first 2 rooms not really winning over Eva and Sara, the Gouies are hoping their master bedroom will make a bigger impact when it comes to adding value to their property.
What have you got for us this week?
Ooh.
This week we're going to transport you to a luxury resort.
I like the sound of that. So do I.
We're going to create a master bedroom that is beautiful.
So the Gouies have chosen to do their master bedroom this week. It's another bedroom, and again, they're only doing 1 room at a time. I hope that there's a lot of planning in the background, and I hope that Al's really onto his time management. The fact that other families are taking on 2 spaces at a time does concern me with these guys.
As you walk in, this room will feel spacious and light. We've deliberately put the French doors in a space where it draws your eye out to a lovely little parents' balcony there. We've also put full-length wardrobe mirror doors along this side of the wall there. But to us, the best part about this bedroom is actually not what you see when you first walk in. That's more like the feel of the room, the spaciousness. The headboard and the detail is what's going to bring the character into this room. Recessed, pendant lighting. It's got some clever storage solutions in there as well, but actually it's more glamour, luxury and clever design that we think is going to actually pull this room off.
To be honest, I am questioning the position of the bed in the room.
Yep.
If the bed was in the other direction, you'd get both the bed and the view instead of only one.
I want to hear about the money. How much is this going to cost you? What's your budget?
We're looking for quite a lot more money this week. We're looking for $12,000 this week.
So just to refresh our memories, what was your actual spend on the other 2 bedrooms?
About $8,000.
So you're asking for the combined spend on 2 well-executed bedrooms plus another 4.
Yes.
Notice how I said well-executed bedrooms.
They were, but this, the lighting in the headboard will be an expensive feature, as well as obviously the artwork. We want to do something nice that just takes up a little bit of the wall as well, so it's not just one plain blank wall just hanging in the middle of nowhere.
But that's another point for the positioning of the bed.
Okay.
Because of the position of the bed currently, you need something on that other wall to create a focal point.
Yes.
The thing is, they have so many additional elements in that room that are adding up on the budget, such as the chair and the artwork. But if they just moved the bed to the other wall, then they don't need to add those additional elements.
I want you to make more money out the other end. The more you spend here, the more we have to squeeze out at auction time.
Yeah.
We feel that a budget of
$8,000.
$8,000.
Come on, we know you can do it.
You guys are so capable.
So the experts are deciding that they want to give us less money. They offer us $8,000, which, you know, we're just going to have to change things around a little bit and make it work.
This week is supposed to be about building character, but it seems our families are trying to buy character rather than construct it themselves. The Wardlaws received the biggest reality check after the experts thought they overshot the mark by a whopping $5,000. Now, site foreman Tim is not only feeling the budget burden, but as he's taken the lead role, there's also the pressure to make sure he hasn't missed a single detail.
The stress I'm feeling is pretty huge. I feel a lot of the pressure's on me to get things happening for the weeks ahead. Last week I worked out what we're going to need for our deck out the back and got it all ordered.
Still going to be a massive week. We're doing 2 rooms basically, and the deck and the garden.
I wake up some mornings a bit grumpy that no one else is trying to get that forward thinking happening, and we'll get to our next space and there'll be no way we're finished if we haven't got the ball rolling already.
We've got to be preempting stuff and thinking ahead, and yeah, it's kind of all on your shoulders.
That's pretty much how I'm feeling.
The workload on Al's shoulders should be relieved this week, as the Gouies have decided to use the prize they won after taking out the Tiny House Challenge in week 1.
Builders Crack, find your tradie now.
We won the prize war with Builders Crack and really early in the piece, and so this is the week we want to get them cracking into that so that we can get prepped for the next week.
Work type, general. Perfect, job's been posted. This is easier than ordering pizza. Nice, I've already got 3 people that are interested in the job. Let's check out the general builder. Workmanship, 5 out of 5, nice. Check out those muscles.
Settle down, Amy. Just remember, it's not Tinder.
I do.
With a much smaller workload at the Schroeders, you'd think the pressure would be off. But Jono's absence means they're essentially working just as hard.
So our main problem this week is that Jono's away. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
3 days?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was only away for 1 day.
Nope, it's 3. Bit nervous not to have Jono here.
Keep that shape tight, it's good.
It's going to put a bit more pressure on Dad. He's sort of the muscles and helps Dad out, but we've got a friend who's a builder, so he's come in to help us for the next few days.
Widen your base and then you'll sit.
But a Jono-less building site is actually the least of their worries.
Consents can take up to 20 days to get back. We've got our fingers and toes crossed and hoping it's going to come in at the end of this week.
If we don't get consent, then there'll be 3 days next week when we can't do anything.
Yeah.
Basically.
If the consent comes back next Wednesday, it means that we're only going to have 3.5 days to get 2 rooms done. I don't even know if that's possible.
The third week of renovation has started with a rather loud fiscal wake-up call from the experts. If the families are going to maximise the profit margin when it comes to auction, their budget will have to be reined in and every dollar wisely spent. It wasn't just the fact that the Gouies wanted to spend far too much on their master bedroom, it was the layout that really concerned our experts. But it's not just as simple as moving the bed around. The custom headboard in their design has inbuilt lighting, and all the wiring has already been done.
We're building this fancy headboard with wiring and drop pendant lights and everything in it. And as we presented, they said, nice, wrong wall. What we have to do now is all this wiring that's been put in, I have to get Dan, the man, to come back and replace it. It's all got to go onto that wall there.
Personally, I'm not so happy with the change of configuration of that room. I really like the headboard on the wall that we'd decided. We put a lot of thought into it, and I hate having to tell subbies to change work they've already done, so it's kind of a bit of a downer for the start of the week for me.
Hoping to prove their worth to site foreman Al by heading off any future problems, Anne and Amy are trying to pre-plan for the coming weeks.
These are the walls here that you wanted to make more of a feature of, so they look beautiful behind the bath.
We're just working on figuring out our tiling plan for the bathroom. We've got to make some decisions this week, otherwise the materials just won't get here when we need them to. So we've got the boys relying on us and the tiler are relying on us to make sure that these come through on time.
Yeah.
How much do you reckon it will take to rewire the master bedroom?
I'm picking somewhere between $500,000 even.
Whoa there, that seems pretty steep for wiring up one room.
$500,000?
No, $500 to $1,000.
Well, there goes all our profit.
You look really stressed there for a minute. That's more than we just about paid for the house.
Could be the reason why the Gouies have been pitching those inflated budgets.
The what? Okay, I better go and tell them.
Our experts question the use of hardwood on the deck. It's unsustainable and expensive. Swapping Quila for pine could save a heap of cash, but only if they can change the order.
Hey Dave, sorry, me again. I just put you wrong, it's only 2 at 4.2. I couldn't read my dad's handwriting.
I placed our decking order last week so we'd have all our materials here first thing today. Then we had our planning session with the experts and they didn't quite give us as much money as we'd budgeted for.
Okay, mate, no worries. Do you know when we'll get it?
If we can't change the timber order, we're out $3,000. That would affect us enormously. He's just going to call me back. I haven't completed the order yet.
Why?
That's $3,000 we can't spend somewhere else. We'd have to cut back in the planting and the paving and those sort of areas, which we really don't want to do.
With the Wardlaws still wanting to keep a very high-end feel with their backyard, they'll have to be very careful where they choose to cut back on their spending. After being forced to work on their basement and tiny house, for the Schroeders, the compromise will be keeping their spending to a bare minimum, as the tiny house needs very little work and the basement is, well, a basement.
Oh, no. I have to leave that for Tom. I can't lift that one. It's actually really heavy. Yeah, no. I'll leave that for you.
While Tom deals with the heavy lifting, Karen is trying to take some weight out of their budget.
So doing my admin today, we asked for a budget this week of $9,000. Experts reckon we could do it for $7,000, so that's our goal for this week. So just going to make sure everyone's staying within that over the week.
But Karen is seeing the logic behind the experts' limited release of funds this week.
It was a wise decision by the experts, because of course the less we spend, the less that is on our reserve at the end. They're just making sure that we're not going to overspend and not make anything at the end of it.
With all the families coming to terms with their tighter than expected budgets, any problems that they uncover will probably result in that sinking feeling.
$1,370.
Huh?
$1,370.
Bloody hell, mate, that's 100 mils.
Yeah.
You know what you're doing there?
Yeah. The garage ring foundation, it's been there quite a few years and it's gradually sunk. That thing's been there for 30 odd, 40 years. Things happen over time. I was right.
You were, mate. It was 100 mil. Bang on.
This tipsy garage may result in a budget hangover if they can't raise the back right-hand corner by 100 mil themselves and have to get a company in to do the work for them.
It was one of the things we noticed when we came to purchase the house. Been kind of thinking about it ever since, how we're going to go about it. I got a quote to lift it up with some chemical injection, lift the whole foundation up, but those guys wanted $3,000 before they got any tools off the truck, so that went out the window.
$1,268.
With Tim leaving Mick the job of fixing their wonky garage, it's an opportunity for the old dog to show he's still got a few tricks.
It has to be done because no one wants to buy a garage that's on a lean, you know. You walk in there and you think you're drunk.
It may not be a financial return, but as the Schroeders prep their tiny house to be insulated, they will at least get something back. Back in week 1, Jono wasn't holding back when proving his building skills were completely non-existent.
Sorry guys, I got to get in there. Karen?
Yeah.
You want something behind you, wasn't it? No.
No.
Could there be any chance that your tools could be inside the wall?
We really hope. We really.
Doing Jono's credibility no favours, the truth is just about to be revealed.
Oh, look at that. We've got our hammer back. There was a brand new hammer that we lost, and it was still brand new when we pulled it out of the wall.
So what happens when you lend Jono your tools, Dad?
Yes, it is, isn't it? We'll have to whip him into shape and make sure that he doesn't leave any more tools behind the wall.
Yeah, it'll be expensive reno if you keep doing that.
Exactly.
Back in the day, the tradition was to put a newspaper in between the walls before you lined it. Also to put pennies under the bath and that sort of thing when you're building a house.
And I think Jono's picked a pretty good day to be off-site.
Jono, I'd have thought starting a new tradition, leaving hammers in the wall.
From the first day of renovation, the Wardlaws and Schroeders have had no shortage of helping hands on site. But the Gouies have almost solely relied on themselves to get the job done. Now, as they take on bigger spaces with more labour-intensive rooms ahead of them, the Gouies site is full of builders, plumbers and sparkies.
There are a lot of tradies on site this week, so Dad's having to play a bit more of a different role than he has in the last 2 weeks.
Just watch when you're working, you don't drop this window on your head, eh, because they're just sitting there with a couple of
I know, well, we're going to take that facer off and then pull these down.
We've got a lot riding on the tradies and things arriving on time and things like that, so hopefully everything goes flawlessly and we don't have any hiccups.
The readjustment from head builder to site foreman will be a new test for Al.
It's kind of freaky because up until now we've been totally in control of our own destiny in terms of putting the stuff together.
Exciting as well because I know that there's a lot more stuff being done that I don't physically have to do or Matthew doesn't have to do, so that's exciting.
You may not have to do all the work, Al, but you will have to manage it.
Getting a bit bigger this week does mean that we've got a lot more potential things that could go wrong.
Okay guys, lunch is up. Anyone interested in some food?
The Wardlaws may struggle with their tempers at times, but managing their crew of family and friends who they've enlisted to tackle the mammoth workload does seem to come very naturally.
4/8 here and then a short piece here and 4/8 back the other way.
We've got a larger house than the other families. There's no way you would normally produce an area that we are in a week. It's not feasible.
Yep.
But in saying that, we're managing to do it with lots of help. Yeah, we're getting through it.
But it's one of their own that's emerging as the star apprentice.
Am I doing all right?
How you going in here?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, looks good so far.
I can't get the line right. Like I keep cutting it, like I keep marking it too low and then having to cut little slithers off it.
Right, you want to go just a little bit bigger than the hole in the framing?
Yeah.
But it looks like you're doing a great job.
Yeah, it's got to cut all the little slithers off it. So just keep going like that.
Yeah, keep it up.
All right.
Works.
Rob would be the one that surprised us the most, and I think she's actually surprised herself as well. She was unsure going into this where her place would be, where she would fit in, but She's having a go at everything.
One woman who knows where her strengths lie, Robin Schroeder, has left Tom to clear out the basement and is getting ready to fire up her makeshift kitchen.
Time to think about what we're going to have for dinner tonight. In my food bag, they give us recipes for all our meals, all the food that comes. So I'm just going to go through. Oh, there's an Indian dish, Mexican. My food bag turned up today. All these lovely fresh goodies and fruit and vegetables and meat. So we'll have some nice meals again this week. Oh, nice chicken dish. Kale chips and croutons. Yep, that's what we're going to do.
While the recipes might be 5-star, the facilities are pretty low rent.
The worst thing in the house is definitely the cooking facilities. Okay, here's my paper. To start off, it was all quite nice and tidy and everything was, you know, sort of okay. What I'll do is I'll peel one and then I'll do the beetroot. But it's just an absolute mess now. Yeah, it's worse than camping at the moment. I have to say, I hate that.
Adapting to less than ideal living conditions may be the biggest test of character for Robin. Hoping to improve both the character and the living conditions at the Gouies, Anne's been out shopping for a luxury item for one of their upcoming rooms, and she's rather pleased with the results.
That's my bath. Hey, careful of that baby. Amy and I are really proud of the bath that we've gone and found. We got the right size, the right price. We went out shopping today just like a bloke would, you know. You go out, you bag it, you catch it, you kill it, you bring it home.
But before she gets too carried away, let's make sure Anne's bagged the right prey.
Oh, no. The one that we saw in the showroom didn't have any of this stuff.
That's not good.
That's not good at all. We've already ordered the bath towel.
Did they just give us the wrong one, you mean?
I don't know, I'm going to have to go and ring them up, take it all the way, lead him back. I'm pretty frustrated right now. While the boys were working so hard physically, Amy and I were trying to do our part by going and collecting a bath. Amy, you need to come out and check out this bath.
What's happened?
It's the wrong one. They've put all these stupid-looking things along the side of it. It's not at all right.
Okay, let's have a look.
Yep. We thought we were really being efficient. Turned out we weren't so efficient at all.
That's gutting.
I just thought there was a picture of showing what it would look like if they set it up. It's awful when you feel like you're getting ahead and then you go take a step back like that, eh? It's more embarrassing for us girls. We try to do things and then they don't quite work.
When you're so sure you've got it right, and a simple mistake costs you time and money, your ego has to take a bit of a knock.
That was an hour trip out there and back.
We've just got to ring up and sort it out. There's no use grumbling about it. We just got to get on with it.
We can do this stuff and we can keep up with it, but when stuff like this happens, it's, yeah, great.
Kathy's hoping not to make a similar mistake, and having not seen eye to eye with the rest of the family on some of the style choices she's made already, the pressure is on, as Kathy is about to make one of the most impactful decisions for the whole house.
I've come to Resine to finally pick up the colours for the exterior paint of the house. I think this is the most important part. It creates the overall character of the house, really. It's colour. It talks. It tells its story. Right, so we've actually got up to the most important part of the job, as far as I'm concerned, and that's the paint.
Yep.
I found a couple of colours I like. Can I?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay.
Exterior colours are really important. You've got to make the outside of the house look sharp. Think about what's going to complement your roof. Sometimes you don't want to repaint the roof, so think about the existing colours. Maybe there's brick, and work with those tones. You want to think about what's going to work best to start with, so that's where your planning is key.
This will be the biggest single impression a home makes, and you can get it so wrong.
The Trojan for the main paint.
Okay.
And Baltic Sea for the base. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, that'll be great. I've got some larger drawdowns here for you to look at.
My family just needs to trust me a little bit. Tim and Mick are the builders, and I trust them. I might question a few things they do, but at the end of the day, they're the ones that have the know-how. And this is just an area that is where my strengths are. Yeah, that's it. We've got terracotta roof, which has just been restored, so I'm thinking that'll look really nice.
It's such a neutral scheme that the terracotta will tie in with it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
well, I just see that brings warmth. I like the combination.
Yeah,
hey, so.
totally.
It's taken a while for me to convince the rest of the team.
No, honestly though, like that will look.
Yeah. I have this picture Tim drew at primary school. God, it might have been 6, 7, maybe. And it's a picture of me standing at a painting easel, and it's my mum is the best artist in the world. And I still have that on the wall. I have it on the wall in a room at home. I look at it sometimes and think, oh, Tim, why don't you believe in me now? James, I'm extremely happy with that combo.
Yep, I agree. I think it's a great choice.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing the job done, actually. Well, let's do it. I hope I'll stand back and look and say, hey, Mum, God, you made good choices there. That looks awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Adding character to these 3 very different houses will be about finding what charms these homes still have and what charm they never had, and then adding or accentuating that character to really pull in the buyers. The Wardlaws' large backyard is a great place to impress potential buyers, but after our experts slashed the budget and said their plan to use unsustainable hardwood was pricey, Tim's cancelled the Quila and ordered pine decking. But with short notice, the timber yard only has a third of what they needed.
You have to pre-plant and you have to have things arriving on time when you want them.
It means they can get started on their deck, but will be reliant on another delivery turning up in time to get it finished by the end of the week.
We've got a big week coming up, and if the rest of the timber's not there, we're screwed.
Toss. That's hot work. So I'm in my makeshift kitchen and potting around. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Just slice this chicken through the middle, like little schnitzel steaks. Now I'm going to just dip this into the Coujon. Is it Coujon? Coujon. Looking good, I reckon. I hope it tastes nice. It is important to me to make sure that the family are, are well looked after and make sure I've got the food on the table. Oopsie, I'm dropping them on the floor. They're nice and crispy. Yum. I hope my dish looks like that. We'll soon see.
Robin may be aiming for a spin-off series already, but down in the basement, the only one left to get on with this week's space, Tom has at least come up with a plan.
We're going to kind of leave the concrete, we're going to give it that rustic look because it's really a waste of time trying to line it because it's so rough. So we thought we'd just shelve this all out so it'll look neat.
But Tom is realistic when it comes to what he's working with.
It's not going to be a wow room, but it's going to be very practical. You've only got low headroom here, so it's not as if you can party down here or anything. You're going to be hitting your head on the ceiling all the time.
Obviously, there was never going to be much wow factor in the Schroeders' basement. But the Gouies' bathroom should have plenty, and Anne's piece de resistance is not quite what she anticipated, and now she's trying to figure out where it all went wrong.
It looks like the void term supplied you the incorrect one because the code is correct on your invoice.
Okay, yeah.
Are you local?
We're at Avondale. It took us ages to get all the way there and back again this morning, so we're a bit gutted. Yeah. I don't like to think of myself as a proud person, but when something like this happens, I realise, actually, it's my pride that's hurt more than anything. Oh, that's good, yeah. It's not just us making a mistake then and ordering the wrong one, it's you guys that put the wrong one in the truck for us.
Call you back shortly, okay?
Yep. Okay, thank you, Dane. Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye. Sounds like they're going to sort it for us.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It made me feel a little bit like an idiot that we may have ordered the wrong one.
No, they did. She said straight off, it looks like the boys loaded the wrong one into the truck. So you can't tell when it's already sealed up like that.
Yeah.
You're relying on them to pick out the right one from the shelf.
The part that gets my pride a little is that we looked as though we mucked up there for a while, and I don't like that.
After son Tim delegated the job of righting the Wardlaws' crooked garage, this is one job Mick doesn't want to muck up. And it may look like he's about to change the tyres, but he assures me he knows exactly what he's doing.
We're jacking it up, then we'll pack underneath the studs and stitch another stud onto the side of them, and it'll be as good as new. Whoa. She's moving in on me, Tim.
After cutting away the foundations, the garage could come crashing down around them, and this is turning into a very slow and delicate operation. And time is not on their side.
We're pouring concrete tomorrow, so yeah, there's a bit of pressure there.
You got your thing around the wrong way.
What? Oh, look.
The much coveted position of alpha male at the Wardlaws is Tim's for the taking. The only problem is, I don't think his dad is ready to quite let go.
Oh. At the beginning, I thought he would probably take the lead role, but I kind of like things done my way, so I've shimmied on in and taken that position. I'm just looking at the cuts on it. It's around the other way. It looks like it's about to slip out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's coming in. That's why we're not going any further.
I'm delegating jobs to him, which is quite an interesting dynamic.
Leadership challenge aside, Mick's not about to let a wonky garage get the better of him.
Yeah, it's just a minor glitch. It started to pull it in, so we've got to sit it back on some packers and then have another go at it. We'll get it done. There's no such thing as not get it done on time. It doesn't exist. You know, if I'm there till 8 o'clock tonight, it'll get done.
Facing a far bigger crisis than the Wardlaws leadership challenge, Jono's back for the night, and he's been given the job of tracking down how far away their council consents are.
I would just like to make an inquiry regarding a building consent. Pretty concerned about next week because we don't really know where we stand.
So currently at the moment, it looks like it's with the building surveyor.
Okay.
So it's got about 4 more departments to go through.
Okay, so how long does that normally take? Any ideas?
After already having no choice but to renovate their tiny house and their basement with no consent, they'll be struggling to even find a space to work on next week.
It's hard for us to plan. That's why we really need some answers from the council as soon as possible.
Jono, thank you for your patience.
No.
But he actually says that he's away from his desk at the moment. Do you want to leave a message on his voicemail so he can get back to you?
If it takes 4 days for us to get a consent, we're going to be in trouble because it means that we can't actually line our bedrooms until we get that consent, which means we're still going to have to get some stopping done. We're still going to have to paint and decorate the room, and probably half the time it's just going to be a nightmare.
The alarm goes off bright and early this morning, and Jono's up and into his tennis gear and out the door.
All right, I gotta go.
Cool, have a good day.
You too.
See you later. And I'm left in my overalls to do all the hard work.
But Karen shouldn't feel alone. Well, in spirit anyway. Over in Avondale, Anne and Amy are up and trying to take on some of the heavy work.
I don't know how this is going to go.
Right there?
I'm not holding it up.
After a bit of a fail with the bathtub order, they are now trying to prove their worth in the demolition department.
We're basically proving that girls can do anything. If we were Al and Matt, they'd just go like that. And we could do that too. You ready?
No.
What's the worst that can happen? It falls off.
I prefer to avoid that if possible. I feel like there hasn't been much thought gone into this.
Don't say that out loud.
That was one way to do it. all of this dust and dirt goes all over me, which I'm not too worried about until I realise how much rat poo is in amongst it as well, and I've got some in my mouth, which is unideal.
Sorry, I should stop laughing. You can't smile and look pretty on TV at the same time as you're doing renovating.
No, I was halfway through a conversation with you. That was my problem. I didn't really expect it to just come off like that.
I think all we're proving is that we actually do need the boys quite a lot. We really like it when they do this stuff and we don't have to. But don't tell them.
Mick was left with the job of levelling the Wardlaws' crooked garage. And site foreman Tim is seeing if the old man's work passes inspection.
Well, it was dubious to begin with. Couldn't see us getting that corner up, but 100 mil we got. Windows level, and I'm happy.
Yeah, I told you we could do it.
I won't doubt you anymore, eh?
Good. Neither should you either. We spent more time than I thought it would take. You know, we probably spent 4 or 5 hours on lifting it, but it's time well spent.
Yeah.
Right, all we need to do is finish our prep, get the polythene in, box it. Yeah, we're good to go.
Got an hour and a half, so I think we're all good.
Yep. Okay, let's get into it.
Mick's hard graft gets the big tick from the boss, hoping for the same result from the council.
Hi mate, is that Craig? Yeah, awesome.
Al needs to get a pre-line inspection done before the plasterboard can go up in their master bedroom.
I'm hoping that you're coming out here this morning. I think it was the arrangement we made with council. I just wanted to make sure that's still all happening. Worst case scenario is if the inspector doesn't turn up, it'll put us way back.
Oh, no, no, no. The worst case scenario is you fail the inspection, which will put you way, way, way back.
Pre-lining inspections are really important. That's when the inspector comes to your home to make sure there's no moisture in the walls or dampness that you don't know about. Also, they check to see if the insulation's been done and if the structure is done correctly. Once you cover that up, you can't tell. So this is a critical part of the process.
Let's hope Al has all his ducks in a row. If they can't pass the council inspection, work on their master bedroom will have to be put on hold. The Wardlaws are not waiting on the council.
I didn't want a bit of framing, I just want an offcut.
But the impending arrival of a concrete truck has meant the manpower has been concentrated into the garage.
Prepping our slab now. Concrete's coming in about an hour and a half. We're just doing our blinding layer of sand, bit of polythene on top of that, starters into the ring, and mesh, and we're away.
Yeah, I'll be happier when the concrete's down.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
The high-pressure process of renovating and living together on a tight time frame was always going to offer new insights for both generations.
Tim's really stepped up to the mark.
He'll take from this renovation job and go back to his old position with so much more to give, so much more skills.
The character that shines through says things about their family that they never knew.
Dad is so incredibly encouraging and supportive. He recognises that we don't have the same kind of stamina that he does, but he's just so supportive of the different talents that we have. He's the best dad ever. You don't really get to see your parents at work usually, and seeing Dad just get on with his work, and he just doesn't stop working, and I knew that, but actually seeing him at work every day and what he gets done is just amazing. Proud moments.
They've already learnt a lot about each other, but a person's character is a two-sided coin, and with the good comes the bad. Tomorrow on Our First Home,
I need you to get in that bin.
Character is put to the test.
Better not be any rats in here.
As the honeymoon period of this renovation
Nothing's plumb, nothing's level.
is well and truly over.
So that might just mean then that we don't present the room this week.